In this video, we will show you how to replace your electronic cooling fan assembly. Let's get started. Okay friends, let's get started on our job. The first thing we're going to do is come along the driver's side front of the vehicle. You're going to find two 8mm headed bolts that hold this bracket in place. Remove them. At this point, you can slide this aside, and now you want to look inside of this hole. Looking inside of here, you're going to find an electrical connector. Disconnect the electrical connector by pressing on the push tab right here and gently separating it. Squeeze on this tab. Grab the other side with some long pliers. Gently separate it. Once you have it separated, just look in both ends and make sure you don't see any corrosion. Assuming it looks good, go ahead and set that aside. Now let's make our way down the fan along the driver's side. You're going to find another electrical connector. For this, you can use a pick or a screwdriver and gently lift up on the locking tab and slide the connector off of the fan. Quick check for corrosion. Set that aside as well. Continue on towards the center along the top of the cooling fan. There's one more electrical connector here. Use your pick or screwdriver, get underneath the locking tab, gently pry it up, and remove the wiring. Quick check for corrosion, set that aside. Continue on by making your way under the vehicle. On each side of the lower cooling fan, you'll find a 10mm headed nut holding it in place. Remove the pair. Before we pull this out of here, follow your electrical wiring up to its mounting point on the driver's side of the fan. Go ahead and separate that using a trim tool or small prying device. Now we can start removing the cooling fans. To do this, you need to grab onto the cooling fans carefully. Press them up. While you're pressing them up, you need to pull the entire cooling fan away from the radiator. Not just the bottom, the top as well. Now we can start sliding this out of the vehicle. Okay, let's install our cooling fan. Carefully slide it in position, being extremely careful not to damage the fins on your radiator. As we slide it up into position, you need to make sure that the bottom fits over each of its mounting bolts. But you also need to make sure along the top of each side fits into the mounting slots. Once it does, slide it down into the locked position. Once it's slid into place, continue on with your mounting nuts. After each of them are started, snug them up and then torque them to 44 inch-pounds. Move along to reconnecting in your cooling fan. Press it in, listen for a click. Once you've done that, follow the wiring. You want to make sure you resecure this to the cooling fan assembly. Continue on along the top area of the vehicle. Back inside the engine compartment, come to the center and reattach the wiring. Once it's clipped in, go ahead and give it a wiggle to make sure it's completely secured. Continue on towards the driver's side. We'll line this up, press it into position. Listen for a click, give it a tug to make sure that's secure as well. Let's slide this bracket back into place. Insert both of our 8mm mounting bolts and snug them up. Okay friends, we fully installed our cooling fan in the vehicle. At this point, you want to start up the vehicle. Let it run for a little while. Wait until the cooling fans turn on. Once you've done that, take it for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.